as a community, we started in 2008. Prior to that, Ratnesh and Aditi were any which ways working with children from 2000 onwards, and they had a center in Bangalore, Genie Kids. And the idea pretty much was, what happens when we put the child in charge of their own learning? Like, they decide what they want to learn, how they want to learn, how much they want to learn, from whom they want to learn, everything, right? Uh, and that was, and then they thought, okay, now we've kind of discovered child-led learning. And through those conversations, one of the grandparents of the child there kind of gifted this campus to the Aarohi Trust that was formed. And then the next stage was, okay, now we've decided to learn, I mean, put the learning through the child. But what happens if we live together as a community? And I think that was like the turning point really in the whole uh, journey, because the moment learning happens with a community, it takes on a very different flavor, right? The learning that most of us envision or imagine or think of is through institutions, through schools, colleges. Um, yeah, but when the flavor of a community is infused into this whole experience, it can really, go to a very different level. And that's what this pic very nicely represents. It's like living and learning are the same. That's the core ideology or the core crux with which Aarohi as a community functions. And each individual, we believe, is capable of their own learning. Uh, and they take the responsibility of their learning. And so when you come for the experience week also, you don't come as parent and child. It's like all of us come together as learners, and we just take each day to decide how we want to live it. And by the living, the learning kind of comes in. Uh, and the thought somewhere was, okay, you know what happened? A lot of the times there were doubts like, okay, we are doing this. This is great, maybe for younger children. What happens when they have to grow up and maybe build professions or do some become an entrepreneur? How about that? Is that really possible? And that's the reason we thought, okay, there needs to be a space specifically for teenagers, because suddenly at that age they are very particular about their peers, about what they want to do, how they want to do, and they want that certain level of um, you know independence. There's a next level in terms of the independence that they see to do what how they want to go about. And that's where we thought, okay, let's have a space where teenagers come and go full on into their professional aspect of their life. Uh, so it's pretty much, again, self-directed. You decide how you want to go about it. But the idea is do it, you learn by doing things in that domain. And I think the key here is, while a lot of professional expertise they get by working, by doing courses, by taking the help of mentors, I think a lot of the idea is also self development. I think that is really key. Like if I were to give you an example, this week, the entire theme for this week is about beliefs, right? And this is not like, okay, as facilitators, we'll give them gyan. It's a lot of it is driven by the cohort in terms of understanding what are our beliefs, and normalizing the whole thing, like by mere sharing, you know. So a lot of emphasis is also given on self-development, which will also happen when you come for the experience week. I'm kind of going like sharing quickly. The core idea is it's okay if you're not sure about your interests or you're clear. Let's just start by doing some work and uh, and see how it evolves. So there are no exams, there's no curriculum, there's no selection process, there's no rejection process. It's like if you're passionate, to kind of figure out what you want to do. You come off and you start doing it right away. But you start with a commitment of minimum 1 year. Some part of it is on campus where they are together as a cohort, doing various things. The other part is the industry phase where they go. It could mean volunteering for some, it could mean internships for some. And yeah, this is off campus, they're not at campus. Yeah, as I said, there's a lot of, the whole idea is, can I learn to learn, in the sense, can I take responsibility in the terms of my planning, my doing, my reflections, my tracking. And the fact that they are in a cohort uh, brings in a lot of value in that sense, because they're kind of holding each other responsible. Of course, there are also guides, uh, there are also mentors who come into picture, but the cohort also is very intrinsic to, ensuring that each of them is kind of there. um, yeah, a lot of the work is really dependent, aligned with the industry that you want to kind of thinking of building a profession into. And of course, the self development, as I told, uh, just by being in the cohort and just by exploring these often not so discussed ideas otherwise, or themes of your life, there's a lot of connections that they build with each other, and there's a lot of reflecting onto myself as an individual. This is somewhat where the journey might end into, for it's very different for each individual, and there's no end time limit that we set in. Okay, so coming to the experience week, right? Uh, it's really about, come for a week and see what happens when, uh, as a child, or as a learner rather, not a child, you take charge of your learning. How can it be uh, transformative, or how can it, like, really uh, uh, change you at many levels, or kind of uh, pluck a string at many levels. So that's the whole idea, because as a space, uh, there are many things that you can build get an exposure to. And because you live as a community, every morning you come together, you plan what is it that you want to do. Sometimes you are not sure, which is great, so you can join others. There's a lot of dynamism that happens, and that entire week is about planning your day, living the day by doing what you want to do, and in the end reflecting on how the day is. Now, sometimes, like I was telling Krishnan or Lavanya, uh, for some it could mean, hey, I want to really connect with my peers. That's what I'm seeking at this point. For some it could be like, I want to do different things. They'll be like that social butterfly, just around, trying out different things here and there. uh, for some, it's like, hey, I get to be with a community. There is a time for community sports. There's time for campus care. Uh, that can be a very new thing for people. For some parents, it's like, can my child lead their life for a week? And above all, it could also mean for some that I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to be there and, soak in the whole experience, or take some time, or just observe. For some, it could be, I don't know what to do, but maybe I'll join others in whatever they're doing. So, but each of this thing, whatever is that they choose to do, or beyond whatever is listed here, the experience is what we feel can really help children see themselves in very different light. Um, I just want to share one video before we kind of open up for more thoughts.
I can't hear what he's saying.
Sorry, yeah, 1 second. I forgot to share my sound. 1 second.
I always wanted to build a tree house. Like whatever it took, I wanted to build a tree house. I tried multiple times. I think like there was an incident where we fought with the neighbors that I was climbing the trees and trying to make a something and things. So I really wanted to make a tree house. So once I came here and found out, okay, we can do anything here, but with responsibility. So then I directly like went to the project and I said I want to make a treehouse. So like here, of course, people said yes, sure, let's go, let's make a treehouse. So then two to three people joined me, and then we made a treehouse. Although it's right now not standing anymore, since it was just a basic model. But like that was some kind of a joy, like to do something which I really wanted to do. So I felt, okay, this is something that I want to do always. So this happened when I came for the experience weeks. I was doing the project in experience week. So then I said, no way I'm letting go of this chance. I need to do this. Because like I felt very, very alive that 1 week, and I like really.
Yes. Um, okay, so I'm going to, yeah, I think we can really open up for more thoughts or any questions that you might have. I'm just keeping the dates here if there's something that would help you. Uh, yeah.
Generally, who else will be there at that time? Your campus functions with the kids and the parents who are already there, plus anybody who comes in for coversity. Is that how it works during that time?
So, Krishnan, if you can mute somewhere. Okay, there's a, okay. Yes, the campus is functioning as usual. The guests get added to the campus routine. So actually it's like the routine for the campus. You get to be a part of that routine for that 1 week, for that Monday to Friday.
Okay. And as far as the coversity experience, uh, he joins whatever else anybody is doing in the campus. Is that how it is, or are there people who come for this coversity with whom he will be working?
So there's the cohort already at the campus. Uh,
Mhm.
Yeah, but even otherwise, it's that's what I'm saying, Krishna. It's not like coversity is any different. Of course, they have their own separate focus in terms of their domain and stuff, but that's pretty much each day you plan your day, you decide what you want to do. That could mean collaborating with someone, that could mean not really collaborating. I just want to go deeper and just focus all my energy on that. It's really very, so the idea is each learner decides for themselves, and you go about doing that. Of course there's a lot of because it's a community environment, it's not like you're on your own, that you have to figure things out. There's a lot of dynamism, there's a lot of connecting with others to figure out things and stuff, and that's the enriching part. Yeah. And in the evening you come together as a community. The coversity folks are reflecting on the work they've done for the day, and this is a very different sort of reflection. It's not like you just sit and note down, okay, this was what I planned, this is what. It's reflecting around themes, it's reflecting on what you were feeling that day. So each day they conduct very differently. Yeah.
So we could just be observers of the the children who are already there. Um,
Oh
all of
yes.
us.
Yeah, yeah, Rukmini. So you, if you like, when you accompany Shiva, uh, all of you come here in the capacity of learners, right? So you are also kind of, there would be some things that you are interested in. Let's say there's a project, or there's some work in the kitchen that's, enticing to you. So you are there in your own capacity. So is Shiva, so is Krishnan. So uh, it's very much like, each one of us is driven to do what we want to do. And of course, because it's a community, there's a lot of like, okay, I want to do this with someone, I want to do this with by myself. So yeah, a lot of scope to do whatever it is that you want to. uh, just to give you an example, like there was one time this bunch of moms, and they went full on into, and these are moms of teenagers. So they got full on into pottery, into crochet. So the moms were busy with that while the teens were, kind of busy with their stuff. So yeah, it's each one is a learner at the campus.
Um, as a practical detail, we arrive on Monday morning,
That's
or can
right.
we arrive in the evening?
Monday morning.
We have to arrive Monday morning.
Yeah, yeah. The day starts on Monday morning, and Friday evening is when we kind of wrap up for the week.
So we need to go somewhere and then.
No, could I ask her this? No, the question is, could we come the night before and start the morning that day, or we have to arrive in the morning?
You can arrive at maybe Bangalore if that's helpful for you. But at the campus, we start from Monday morning because it's also the campus is functional, right? So weekends are specifically like, we don't take visitors and stuff. Uh, uh, Once you're part
Okay.
of that week, you can, of course, continue for the next week if that is something that you want to do. But we say at least come for a week. You need at least a week. There's always a possibility of extending the week if that's what, as a family, or just the child continuing for one more week or so, or few more days if that's what you want. So it's
Right.
really open to possibilities. But yeah, we start off with at least a week, and we start on the Monday because uh, since it's a community living, there's a lot of things that one has to figure out. So the Monday starts with all that orientation of how we live together for the next 5 days, and all those things. Yeah.
Hi, I have one question about traveling from Bangalore. I saw that there are lots of trains that go to Kelamangalam, I think. And it
Yes.
says Aarohi is just 4 minutes from the station. So is that practical, or you think it's better to drive from Bangalore?
Lavanya, I usually take the train. It's not 4 minutes, it's like good 1.8 kilometers, but there are autos plying. We have like a dedicated person who helps you. You can call him, he'll pick you up from the station and drop you at the campus. It really depends. What is comfortable for you. But yeah, the trains are there, buses are there, buses stop at Hosur. Again, autos can take you from Hosur to the campus as well.
Fine. Yeah, it's a 4 minutes drive. So yeah, it must be the same. 1.8 kilometers would be 4 minutes drive, I guess.
Yeah. Sorry, I see Sandesh. Hi, Sandesh. Are you there? If you can just share a bit about yourself and your child would help us connect.
Myself is Vishali, Avnish Magar.
Okay, hi, Rishali.
Yeah. I joined before, but I have to log out, so I joined from. My son is Avnish. He is 14 years old, and he is being homeschooled since last 6 years. Now this year he will be appearing for NIOS 10th mostly in October. We are planning to appear. Uh, he likes academics. There is no problem, but I want him to explore other options also because academics is not the only thing he should pursue. Now, right now, he is saying you want to do engineering and everything, because that is the normal way of like a child normally says engineer or a doctor. But I want him to explore other ways, and so we have our engineering company also. But he just says that I wants to do engineering, but he never comes to the factory or explores anything. Like he's just into academic. He wants to read books and just give exams like that. So I wanted to explore him on the campus, and I came to know about Aarohi just 2 3 months before.
Hmm.
So we attended in Mumbai when Ratnesh and ma'am they came in Mumbai. We attended that session. At that time,
Okay.
I came to know properly like what is Aarohi.
Hmm.
And we
Hmm.
know Sangan. We know because last year my son and my husband went to Ladakh with Preeti and that group. So
Sure, 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 sure. Okay.
we know Sangani.
Yes, definitely he can, I'm sure, the exposure to different things and just to, sometimes it's also about seeing their own peers, that other teens doing their own stuff. That also
Yes,
is very invigorating for many that, okay, this is also possible, this is also possible. So yes, lot of possibilities can arise.
we
Uh,
have to come with him, no? Like parents should accompany the child, or he will come again alone.
we say because it's also important that parents get a sense of the community and the campus as well. While
Yes,
we say come for the entire, suggest that the entire 5 weeks, you also come as a learner, but at
yes.
least for 2 to 3 days, you can come in the start or in the end if the timings are like the holidays are a challenge for you. But definitely at least 2 days is what we uh,
I will definitely come. Not sure about his father whether he can manage or that, but both of us will definitely plan. We are planning.
okay. Okay, okay. Any particular dates you're looking at, Rishali?
Not sure right now, but one of his friends is in 10th now, so he will finish his exams by this month, end, March end. So I'm planning like if both of them will come, then that will be. Mostly will be looking for the dates in April only. Right?
Okay, okay. Sure, sure. So I think I have your number saved. Maybe I'll get in touch with you for further details.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Anything else? Otherwise, I think we can pause for the day. And beyond this, if there's any logistical questions or anything, you can always WhatsApp me and we can. Uh,
That sounds good, Kritika.